So when there's an a term here, you can't just find things that multiply to make negative 15 and add to negative 4. You need to find things that multiply to make negative 45 and add to negative 4. So this times that. So when there's no x squared, it's always 1 times that. That's why that always works. So we're looking to multiply to negative 45, add to negative 4. So I'm thinking a negative 9 and a positive 5. Negative 9 times 5 would give me negative 45. Negative 9 plus 5 gives me negative 4. So what I'm going to do with those is I said we're going to do this by grouping, and grouping we need 4 terms. So I'm going to rewrite that negative 4x as negative 9x plus 5x, right? That's why it was so important they add to negative 4, because I'm just replacing that with that. Haven't changed anything. And so now I've got my 4 terms I'm going to group like normal. I'm going to take the first 2 terms, take a greatest common factor out of there. So take out a 3x, you'll be left with x minus 3. And then from these guys, I'll take out a positive 5, and I'll be left with x minus 3 again. So again, we're not changing anything. If you distributed this back, you'd end up back there. And hey, look, they have a common factor of x minus 3. I'm going to pull that greatest common factor out of both of those. So I have 3x plus 5 and x minus 3. And that's the same thing we got when we did it by guess and check in the other video. Yeah, and so notice that 9 and that 5, that negative 9 and that 5, were the same things that we got in the other video. So when you're guessing and checking, you can still use the idea that you're looking for things that multiply to make negative 45 and add to negative 4 to check if it's going to work or not. So that's that. We'll do the same thing with this one. So we need to multiply to 24 times negative 2 is negative 48, and add to 47. So multiply to negative 48 and add to 47. I'm thinking a negative 48 and a 1. So I'm going to rewrite this as 24x squared minus 48x, add to positive 47. So how about a positive 48x and a negative 1, right? So 48 minus 1 gives me 47. So now I'm going to do my grouping. So take out a 24x from both. I'll be left with x plus 2 here. Take out a negative 1 from those. I'll be left with x plus 2 there. So notice when you distribute it back, negative x minus 2, 24x squared plus 48x. Those match. Factor them out of both of those. 24x minus 1 times x plus 2, which is the same thing we got when we guessed and checked. So this way always works. It takes a little bit longer. This is the way I always used to do it before one of my students showed me the guess and check way, and I'm like, oh, that's much, much faster. So I prefer guess and check, but I still kind of resort to this if there are a lot of combos. It's nice to know.